Let me say a special good morning once again to those of you listening to Classic Radio 105.5, 105.9 on the FM dial. Those of you viewing us via GBN TV, whether you're viewing channel 7, channel 11, channels 20, good morning. Those of you also via social media platforms, Facebook page, YouTube channels, GBN's webpage, good morning. Welcome once again to The Point for today, Monday, the 29th day of April. Within the year 2024. Once again, welcome everyone. I'm your host GT, taking care of To The Point this morning. And usually I have Mr. Silver McIntyre with me on a Monday, but he wants to send out his apology to all the all loyal listeners and viewers who, of course, who look forward to our program every Monday. Of course, our prior engagement has, of course, make it on even for him to be here this morning. So he sends his apology for that. Hopefully, all works out well once again. Nothing's wrong with him, folks. Don't worry about it. Nothing's wrong with him. Just a prior engagement that I've just taken up, come into play that he had to, of course, take care of. So he's unable to be with us this morning. So which means we're going to move into an open line edition of To The Point this morning here. The option for you to calling, share your views, your concerns relating to issues. That's absolutely no problem. You can do that. The numbers are 435-2041, 435-2041. You have double options of calling in via the direct line or via the WhatsApp. Feel free to do so. We can all, our program on a Monday always, of course, throw a lot of attention into, of course, the way folks use the roads and so forth. If you want to, of course, comment on that this morning, you still see reckless driving occurring. We had some accidents that occurred over the weekend. We know of that. There's probably a road issue that you want to speak about, that you may have some concerns about. You may want to speak about that. Feel free to do so. But it's an open line this morning. We're just offering some guidelines that you may want to follow through. But of course, it's open for you to make your comments and your contribution on subject matters as relevant to you. Let's go to the phone line. Accept our first caller this morning. Caller, yes, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, GT, and morning to listeners and viewers again. I said it already to your previous presenter.
Yes.
Yes, I'm glad that there's an open line. Because you see, GT, and I might have mentioned that. Last week, Monday was Earth Day. And after 54 years of celebrating, at least 54 years of celebrating Earth Day worldwide, I'm disappointed with Grenada. I mean, there was some effort. I know. Because of the challenges facing us as a world and as a region and as an island and country, we should be doing everything to stem the tide of degradation and the destruction of our environment. But lo and behold, we go about our business as normal.
Can I just chime in on you 1 minute and ask you a question? How concerned do you think of the regular individuals here in Grenada, unlike yourself, who have a passion for the issues that you speak about? How you think is likely for regular Grenadians to show the level of concern it relates to these particular, of course,
To answer your question, I think people give a lot of lip service in Grenada to issues like sustainability and environment and so on. At the same time, people talk about sustainability. We still hope that we will drill oil and fossil fuel, carbon under the sea, from under the sea. And
but it still goes back to my same question. How is it that regular people have concern about that?
Please, just give me a chance. The thing about it is that we have a lot of laws, we have policies, and all of that. And we don't implement those things. At least I have a little hope now. I heard on the news that the fire department the Ministry of Health and others have decided to ban ban burning. Because last week Monday, in the session that I organized with people like Dr. Martin, he revealed that his first experience with death as a medical person was somebody who had a collapsed lung because people, our neighbor, burnt plastic for an entire day. And we had situations where people not only burning plastic, but they're releasing substance in the air that are very harmful to us as a people. And then we wonder why so much of us are dying from cancer and other disease. And of course we're saying God give and God takes. We are not being responsible. Guilty. And you might hear a little bit of frustration and almost anger in me, because I live in a place where a neighbor, I wouldn't call the person named at this time, for years been poisoning me with insecticides. I mean, insecticide is supposed to be used in a certain way. If you're using it, you're supposed to spray it in your house, leave it for a while and go. The person puts a mask in their face when they're doing it, because they know what they're doing. It's poisoning not just me, but other people, other people are not so keen or not so aware. This thing causes poison, and it stays in the air for a long time, in spite of the fact that we may think it's dissipate. So I'm saying we need to necessarily, in the context of the heat wave and everything that is happening, and the threat of, more harsher weather, to behave more responsible. And also collectively, we should be building up the capacity for, if anything. Listen, if you notice, I was on a webinar yesterday in which the situation in Kenya and Tanzania was discussed. And this morning on the radio, dam bust because of rain that has been coming for weeks now in Kenya. On the other hand, and by the way, school had to be postponed for 1 week. On the other hand, in the Philippines, school had to be, another business had to be shut because of the heat. We are having a confused weather pattern all over the world, and all is because of climate change, and it's because what we human beings are doing. It's not the end of the world. We are ending the world. Duty, before I get too more excited, more agitated, I will give you a break.
I understand. Thank you so much, man. Have a good morning. 4352041. I'm looking at the release myself. The caller did said banned, but I think it's only been suspended. You understand? It's suspended, of course, with immediate effect. They will not be of course, the Ministry of Agriculture and Land and Forestry and other, of course, Ministry of Health and so forth will not be issuing any permits to anyone in order for burning. So it's not directly banned, but it's been suspended until, I guess because we into the dry season and so forth. So it's suspended until. So ban may not be the best word to use to describe what has been mentioned in the release. 4352041. 4352041. That's the number if you want to be part of To The Point this morning. The open line edition here on To The Point. I did mention once again Mr. McIntyre, of course, extends his apology for being unable to be on the program this morning. And once everything goes well, we will have him back next week. All right. 4352041, open line edition of To The Point. Let's hear your concerns this morning, your views and concerns. Feel free to give me that call. You have the option also of calling via the WhatsApp 435. You also have the option of sending a message if it's via the WhatsApp or via the Facebook page. Haven't gone to the Facebook page yet, but I will certainly be doing so shortly. But you have the option of sending your messages also via the WhatsApp, or you can certainly send a message via the Facebook page 4352041, and you also have the option of calling in this morning. And let's take a peek at some of the comments this morning. Let's take this first comment from someone via the WhatsApp. They're saying, "Good morning, GT, and your listening audience. I am concerned, a concerned citizen from St. Patrick, speaking regarding the burning of a Is it? I wanted it to be a cane field. I think he put in there. It could be a typo. A cane field, and the no burning policy era dry season. Yet still, Cane and Co. Of course, burning like crazy. Same thing affecting the citizens of River Sally and surrounding areas. As for my Rose and Upper Latas, could it be Montrose? I think he's trying to write there, not my Rose, but Montrose and Upper Latas. Simultaneously, black practices, of course, entering into the house, and black particles entering the house and affecting their clothes. Not forgetting the folks suffering from a chronic illness, including asthma and sinuses. Something needs to be done about it. And caller, I certainly do understand your concern, but I guess you heard the releases out. Of course, burning has been suspended, so there's that policy now in place, that suspension of burning for the time being, and the asking residents are therefore urged to, adhere to the regulations and remind that burning should only take place with permission. And I think permission has been suspended for now, so you may not be granted permission to, of course, to burn. All right, because we're into the dry season. The places are dried very bad. Certain areas are more than others, and it could be affecting individuals, and I certainly do understand that. 435-2041. Once again, you have the option of calling and directly 435-2041. You also have the option of calling via the WhatsApp, and certainly did mention that we go into the Facebook page, and let me see if I could scroll on over to that there just a wee bit, and certainly see if anyone has started commenting, and there probably a comment or two that someone may want to throw out via the Facebook page. Once again, 435-2041. A bit slow on the calls this morning. I know it's a Monday. It's not the usual thing we do on a Monday here on the program, but your calls are certainly welcome. If there's an issue or two that you may like to speak about, feel free to do so within this segment. Let's go back to the telephone line, engage another caller. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
And to your followers. I was unable to follow this discussion or debate in the upper house, but on Thursday I heard part of the debate in the lower house on the matter of the gun amnesty, and I was shocked. I heard it mentioned before by that parliamentarian. To hear him repeat it, and I mean really, going to tongue about the need to give criminals, lawbreakers, an incentive to do the right thing. We shouldn't have to give people incentive. If somebody is doing something which is illegal, hopefully we can convince them of the error of the way and to change. But when a parliamentarian, who is also a representative of the area where a lot of this happened, is insisting that they must be paid, and experience has shown that when you do that, you don't get rid of it. It becomes a business, and they make money out of it, and they may even sign more to get just to make money. They'll bring in more and get money for them again. I don't know why somebody will be doing something like that. I think what we need to do is to show the young men that there is no way that a gun helps you to understand electronic or refrigeration or mechanical engineering or IT. They don't need guns to do those things. And these are the areas where jobs are available. Every day you see in the papers and online, businesses are advertising vacancies. Yet we have some people who know better trying to say that the crimes are being committed because people are unemployed. And they have not been able to show me by empirical data the percentage of criminals who are unemployed, especially some of the more grievous crimes. Most of these people have jobs. Most of them happen when people have had too much to drink and they're intoxicated and other things like that. Many of them happen like that after parties and other things like that. But yet we're trying to create a case where we're saying these people don't have jobs, that's why they're doing bad things. which is so far from the truth. I just hope that this parliamentarian, right, will be more responsible. Spend some time in that community and speak to the young men about the error of their ways. Show them how they can be productive, they can be law-abiding, they can hold jobs, they can go to NULO, wherever it is, and you do not need a firearm to be an architect or an engineer or a plumber or electrician or a mechanic. And that's where the money is in our country, the legal money. And stop this thing. I mean, it bothers me. In other words, you're saying to the criminals, don't give up unless they pay you. So sad. Very, very sad narrative. Have yourself a good day, GT.
Thank you, caller. Have a great day yourself, and thank you so much for your input this morning. 435-2041, that's the number if you want to be part of To The Point this morning, the open line edition. We're looking at 17 minutes after the hour, and we probably could take our first break in this segment. When we come back, we will be entertaining more of your calls. The open line edition, feel free to express your views, your concerns. Is there an issue in your community you want to speak of? You know, on Mondays, the program is relatively related to, we speak about, the traffic conditions and so forth. If you know of a traffic condition that you, or some road issues that you may want to speak of, reckless driving and so forth, you still want to, echo your sentiments on it, feel free to do so. And when we do come back, all right, 435-2041. Let's take that break, folks. We will be right back after the break.
On Saturday, May 4th, there will be a shift on the island as the biggest grilling fest in Grenada moves to the big parish. The Maggie King of the Grill competition is at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Come taste the most sumptuous creations from the grill as top chefs and food enthusiasts showcase their culinary skills. Maggie King of the Grill is a festival like no other with live soca music, fun attractions, and games for the entire family. Then from 6 p.m., get a chance to win up to $5,000 cash in bingo. Interested vendors and grillers should call 456-3454 to register. It's the Maggie King of the Grill competition at Progress Park, St. Andrew. Gates open from 12 noon. Bring your appetite and stay tuned to this station for more details.
It's the Maggie King of the Grill 2024. Powered by Maggie, the secret to great cooking. Rubis, the official fuel of King of the Grill. Hunt's, the official barbecue sauce of King of the Grill. Grenada Paper Products. Independence Agencies. Agents for Swiss Products. Grenada Bottling Company. Clark's Coats Cameron Spiced Liqueur. Bryden and Miners. And Waggity Rentals.
Mark your calendars, football fanatics. The GFA is turning 100 this year, and we're ready to celebrate. It's GFA's Legends Weekend, a 3-day extravaganza, kicking off on Friday, May 3rd, and running all the way till Sunday, May 5th. Witness history in the making. The Caribbean taking on the world in a clash of legendary international footballers on Sunday, May 5th at the electrifying Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Get ready to roar with the crowd as iconic legends like Emmanuel Adebayor, El Haj Diouf, Alex Song, Michael Essien, Luis El Matador Hernandez, Shaka Hislop, Asamoah Gyan, Ricardo Bibi Gardner, Russell Latapi, Shallery Joseph, Jason Roberts, Dexter Daps, and a whole host of superstars light up the pitch. From breathtaking goals to unforgettable memories, GFA's Legends Weekend promises an epic celebration of football you won't want to miss. Keep your eyes peeled on GFA's social media for the full squad reveal. GFA's Legend Weekend. Be there.
In honor.
Welcome back, welcome back. I suddenly was distracted there a wee bit to realize I was already back. Anyway, good morning to you once again. Welcome back to this edition of To The Point for today, Monday, the 29th day of April. Let's entertain a couple more some of the comments via our, of course, the Facebook comment section and also the WhatsApp. And your phone calls are certainly welcome also, 435-2041. And let's take this comment from someone via the WhatsApp. They're saying this morning, good morning. Reckless driving is a cause for citizens alert and security risks. Most people who are doing it are not curious about life and its endeavors, and I'm sure this individual is concerned pertaining to reckless driving. Let's go to the Facebook page and a few comments there. Let's see if we can take a peek at it. And they have someone by the name of Love Child Kim is saying, of course, in Texas there's always a buyback program. Usually a lot of guns get turned in. I guess she's speaking to our previous caller who spoke about having a bit of an issue in terms of the parliamentarian saying that offer an incentive in terms of cash for bringing back guns. Another, of course, comment here. Grenada has no unemployment based on what I'm seeing here. These young folks are too lazy, worthless, plain and simple. Plus, some of them parents are enablers as well. We have another comment saying, "How could you pay a man for having an illegal weapon? This is crazy. This person should be charged." Of course. And of course, the little political talk in there, so let's not push it too much. Anyway, let's take another caller. Caller, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, GT.
How are you this morning?
I'm great. Mm-hmm. I want to commend the efforts of our young people. I believe that they are taking positive steps despite, the negatives around them. Mm-hmm. And I believe they ought to be commended. I've seen a group of young people taking on an initiative in Subi, St. Andrews, of having a kind of Fish Friday like at the mountain, and I think this is commendable. Right. Friday they had a very good turnout, patronage from the public, and to the people responsible for the pan, I believe they ought to be commended. Pan is on the rise. People are having a lot more interest. And we also have a young lady from Paradise that went out to mother with a company in England, and I think she did well, and she's doing well for herself and helping to fly the Grenada flag.
All right.
So I believe we ought to commend our young people. Congratulations. And to all of those who are sick and hospitalized, I do hope that you have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you also, caller. Thank you so much. 435-2041. Don't forget you also have the option of calling, and I think I have sort of disabled the WhatsApp there for a wee bit, but you have the option of calling. It's just been re-engaged. Let's take a caller this time. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're welcome. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
It's GBN?
Yes, it is, caller. Go right ahead with your contribution, please.
Yes. Good morning. I've got a feedback. I'm not hearing you very well.
Caller, go right ahead,
Hello?
please. Caller, would you go right ahead, please?
Yes, I understand and I agree that they should not be burning, especially in this dry season. But my concern is, what is happening to the quarry that is constantly creating all that dirt, and the people in the area have to breathe it because it's dry season. And according to the regulations, they're not supposed to be having this amount of dust because it causes cancer, it causes bronchitis, it causes asthma, it causes allergy. The same thing the smoke causes. And we have in that 20 Monday to Friday. And what are they going to do about it? They can't use too much water. They haven't been using water in the first place. And now the dry season, they don't have the water, so they cannot even use the water. I think something needs to be done about the quarry and the dust, because it's not a healthy situation, not only for the residents, but also for the workers, because I went there and the workers are not wearing masks. And the dust is so high and they're inhaling and breathing This dust is create damage to your lungs, and they're not paying attention to that. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much also. 435-2041. That's the number to be part of To The Point this morning. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes. You were on road safety at one time, sir?
I just made a point that it's an open line this morning, but because of the usual way our program focuses on a Monday, if you want to speak on any issue relating to the road also, you can feel free to comment on that. That's what I was initiating.
Yes. Well, I'll deal with the road safety, sir. The question of containers and heavy equipment, trailers, moving equipment from the port. Now, the maneuvering of this heavy equipment on the road with the regular traffic is a complete hazard. Our roads haven't expanded. I don't know when they will be expanded. And the situation is chaotic. You have these big 20, 40, 45-foot containers attached to the trailers, and they're moving backward and forward, grand dance, backward and forward, and it is a hazard on the road. I am suggesting it's a solution to this problem. These containers, could they be left on the port and be moved in the AM hours of the morning, in the early hours of the morning when there is less traffic on the road? This is disaster waiting to happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much, and certainly do appreciate your suggestions. Let's grab a couple of the comments once again, and we have someone that's saying, please put the gun in a bag and take it to the front desk of the station. Good morning, officer. I will dropping off this gun and walk out. No question asked. And here's another comment. This time is coming from Glen. She's saying, agreed with the last caller. It's just plain politics. What we are seeing, and that's because you don't have a job. You must be a thief or a criminal. Why not advise the same person from a cooperative and to go to the Ministry of Cooperative for assistance? I know they are very willing to assist. And let's see any other comment we could grab there this morning. The police is not as serious about traffic laws. They are really charging, of course, speeders $1,000 for speeding. How many people have been charged so far? And another comment is saying, someone commenting again is saying, maybe there ought to be certain hours when these trailers are allowed to use the road. Let's take a caller via the WhatsApp. Caller via the WhatsApp. Good morning. You're welcome.
GT, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. How are you this morning?
Well, not too bad. Just quiet for the time.
All right.
GT, I want to touch a little on the nursing aspect of things and the moving of nurses to greener pastures, as mentioned, and things of that, and where you can retain nurses and things of that sort. GT, we had a school of nursing in Grenada. And then after they closed the School of Nursing and they moved it to National College. And now I've heard it is not in the T.A. Marisho Community College again. If you want to do a nursing program, you have to do it under SGU, and you get it in SGU. You see, let's be frank with ourselves. If someone go and study in SGU, and when they come out from SGU, they graduate with a bachelor's degree, you think they will come and work in the nursing industry in Grenada, let's say for about $2,000 or $3,000? GT?
I guess not.
Impossible. Yeah, it's impossible. And plus, you have to have certain amount of requirement to enter SGU. I think maybe, not a maybe, they can revisit opening the School of Nursing under the General Hospital, how it was. You may get people, they may have about 4 CXC, 5 CXC, but they love nursing. They enter that school, they do the same amount of years like how it was before in the School of Nursing. They graduate, you know, when they graduate, they don't have a full degree program. The program may be in the School of Nursing. I don't know if it was before, like an associate degree or something of that nature. You will get more nurses remaining in Grenada than whereas you fail to offer the program under the community college. Least amount of people may have the qualification to enter into SGU. They spend time, have a bachelor's degree, and then you want to come and work for this amount of money? No, it's impossible. So I think government must look strongly. The School of Nursing, bring it back, and you will get more persons. Also, we had the Maribor Agriculture School when people used to go straight in the Maribor Agriculture School. And then you used to get extension officers and various people coming from that school. Now, if you have to enter into Maribor Agriculture School, it's under the community college. I am saying there might be a youngster who finished school. He may have about 3 CXC, but he loves agriculture. Open the Maribor Agriculture School and let that young guy enter there. And then we may see more people want to get into agriculture. Agriculture is not only backbreaking, they have the scientific part of it and things of that sort. But when you tell a young guy to enter into T.A. Marisho Community College, if you love agriculture, you have to have English, you have to have 5 CXC and all those things.
All right.
It's impossible.
So you say they should simplify the options a wee bit.
Yes, that I'm saying, both for agriculture and both for the School of Nursing. Yes, you might give them $500 in nurses, but having a bachelor's degree, they will still go out there where they may gain more money. Remember, they take a loan to go in SGU, and they have to pay back their loan. So do something more simple where you can attract more people into the nursing industry, and I think you can solve a lot of the problem. And finally, GT, I want you to look at that. Over the years, I don't know how old are you. I don't know, but maybe your parents are such. We used to have least among the young ladies coming down with breast cancer, fibroid, and all those things. Now, you get in young ladies, 25, 30, 35 years, breast cancer, fibroid, and all those things. And we're still wondering, GT, people consuming a lot of meat and full of chemical, especially this chicken we have coming in, and they eating meat, and all those things. These chicken have been injected with all different things to grow them in 6 and 3 months. What you eating is chemical, then you react to your body. Where is the little yard fowl people used to grow in the backyard, and they eating it and was more healthy? You didn't hear all this fibroid and breast cancer in those days. Why can't we look? So in short, all the money going out in importing food, then we have to run and fight to get money to put it again into the health system to solve those problems.
All right.
We have to relook how we're doing things, and a lot of things. We have to pause, think, and we can have a healthier nation if we do things differently. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Certainly do appreciate it, and you did make, of course, some healthy, of course, comments there. Let's take another caller before the break. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, GT.
Good morning to you.
Just a little correction to what the previous caller said. You don't have to have English and maths to go to TAMCC. Only last week there was somebody representing the college making these points. Right. There are courses that you could do there that you don't have to have. Mind you, the point you're making is a valid one, but you don't have to have English and maths to apply to TAMCC to do whatever course you are to.
Thank you.
I guess it varies.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Folks, we drew for a break. Let's take that break. We come back with more of your calls, more of your contributions after the break. Stay with us. It's To The Point, an open line edition for today, Monday.
Sunshine Promotions is rolling out the red carpet for all mothers. It's a night of love. Saturday, May 11th at the dazzling Radisson Crown Ballroom. The celebration kicks off at 8 p.m. with the show starting at 9 p.m. Promising a night filled with joy, music, and appreciation. Prepare to be swept off your feet with performances from the legendary Mikey Spice. Mikey Spice. The dynamic Lion Paw, the sensational Valine, and the soulful Laura Lisa. It's a lineup that promises an unforgettable night. Get your limited early bird tickets for just $100 EC and ensure you're part of this grand salute to mothers. Tickets available at Giddens Pharmacy in St. George's, Wall Street, Wharf and Grenville, Chucky's Bar, Cass Unisex Boutique, Quick Stop, Pierre's Barbershop in Victoria, Calico Shopping Center in Sates, Rena Mills in Carriacou, Crown Collection, Health Plus Pharmacy Grenville, Heather's Boutique, and GoToFed.com. Stay connected with Sunshine Promotions on Facebook and Instagram for all details. It's a night of love. Saturday, May 11th at the Radisson Crown Ballroom.
Mommy, Uncle Waggy's bringing up all the characters for King of the Grill.
Yes, Grenada, it's a whole day of fun and excitement at the Maggie King of the Grill. Come May 4th, Waggity's entire kids village with rides and slides.
Ooh, lots of rides. So fun.
Rock climbing.
Rock climbing?
Face painting, kart racing, and all the Disney characters are coming to Progress Park.
Be such an awesome day.
Parents, we've got you covered. Take your toss into our ring games and snag your prize. And the day just keeps getting better. From 6 p.m., we go stateside for the powerful Lion Paw, Little Nicky, and other top local performers. And it doesn't end there. You get a chance to walk away with cold hard cash in a $5,000 bingo. It's the Maggie King of the Grill 2024, powered by Maggie.
Welcome back once again, listeners and viewers, To The Point for today, Monday, the 29th day of April, the open line edition. Let's take another caller. There's so many comments via the Facebook page comment section this morning. Let's entertain this caller via WhatsApp, and I certainly will go to the comments, and there are certainly interesting comments. Let's go to the call. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me, and I'll be very brief. With regard to the recent call for caller mentioning about the quarry dust, I think that's a potential serious issue from a pulmonary standpoint. Continuous and frequent inhalation of dust particles like that can cause a condition called pneumoconiosis. It's like when the lung tissues become fibrotic. And guess what? There is no definitive treatment for that. In advanced stage, the patient may have to be on supplemental oxygen. They may even require a lung transplantation. So that's something that that's something that should not be brushed aside. It has severe potential long-term health implication, not just for the individuals, but for society on a whole. And I think in that occupation, people should be wearing protective masks to minimize the inhalation of such particles. So that's something that I think needs to be acted on. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Caller, good morning. You're welcome. Caller, good morning. Guess that caller didn't want to, of course, be part of this morning. Let's see if I could grab some of the contributions via the WhatsApp and the Facebook comment sections this morning. Let's take this one from the WhatsApp first. And I'll stop running down the police. Drivers on the roads is just too disgusting, obnoxious, and annoying. Everyone in Grenada is either family or friends, but we treat each other like dead enemies, or deadly enemies, I should say. That's what the caller is writing there. The way we get road rage is alarming. You have to get nerves of steel to drive. No respect for each other. Speeding and cursing in order of the day. I witnessed a couple of days ago a young woman on the road did not know where she was going, and she was slowing down to ask a question. The driver behind her was blowing and of course honking the horn like crazy, overtaking her like a madman. May God have mercy on us. Oh boy. Let's take some of the comments via the Facebook comment section this morning. Now the caller speak facts. This comment is coming from Amanda. This caller speaks facts, and we are losing our wonderful nurses. We are doing a great job that are doing great jobs in other countries. We open our island nursing school program, please. If only if only it were a situation of being eligible to enter SDU, the biggest thing is the dollars for SDU. I guess that's what the individual is saying. The SL vehicles is supposed to travel on off-peak time. Other countries, they have that special lane. Remember, a container falls off around the corner by Silver Sands. That's what this individual is saying. Let's entertain this caller before we continue with more of the comments. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I'm calling on behalf of the elderly.
Yes.
Last week I had a horrific experience. My neighbor went out about 10 o'clock and she fell. An 84-year-old lady. Mm-hmm. Now, she's not able to get up when she falls down. And that lady spent the entire day until about 9 o'clock outside. She had to drag herself to a spot where she could sit, where she could shout for help. And she was there until 9 p.m. Luckily, I went to Granny sit for somebody else, and on coming back, I heard this call for help. And when I went, I saw her there. No, it's nobody's fault, but in this area and in many areas, there are those of us who are returnees. Our children are abroad, and they can't come and sit with us. We are here on our own. Right now, the 4 people living around me are in that situation. We are asking people who have neighbors old people living on their own to keep an eye. We are asking the desk of the elderly to look at these cases. I called them, I spoke to the secretary, and she was very, very supportive. She listened and she read back to me what was said. But this is an urgent necessity for the island to help out those who can't help themselves.
All right.
I'm asking those who are responsible, those who are listening, to help and to come out and help us. We need help.
All right.
And there was something else I had to say, but it's gone now. But my appeal now is for help for the elderly. Please.
Right. All right. Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much, and I certainly hope, of course, the necessary assistance, of course, will come your way, and to others who need that assistance, the elderly folks. And a comment via the WhatsApp. This individual is saying, "Good morning, GT. Grenada is not Texas. The right to bear arms is the fundamental constitutional right for every American. This is not the case in Grenada. Intrinsically, the promoter of the insensitive of defense attorney, to whom most of the violators will once get charged for firearm violated. Let's hope that let me see, I sort of missed that there. Someone just popped in, and so I cannot scroll through the comment anymore. Caller, good morning. You're welcome. Via WhatsApp, good morning.
I just called to make one correction with the previous caller that say you don't have to have English and maths for TAMCC, and the lady was on the program last week. GT, that is incorrect. To enter TAMCC, English and maths, it's compulsory, and 5 CXC. This lady is making reference in the School of Continuous Education. That's slightly different. Under the TAMCC, English is a must, so she could double check her facts. And I am saying, if you have 4 O-level at 4 CXC and you want to do nursing, then you could go in the School of Nursing. I could go in the Agriculture School in Merbo, and you don't have to necessarily mean you have to meet these requirements. That is what I'm saying. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you. Caller, good morning. We lost that caller there. And let's take a comment from the WhatsApp again on this one. Let's go to the Facebook. I've been leaving the Facebook for a wee bit. Now, GT, tell the caller that he's saying it's not facts. My 2 sisters do not eat meat for years and had breast cancer. Tell him to check data. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
The young man who mentioned the fact that the lady fell, while it is true that neighbors should be very more sympathetic and responsible to the elderly and to anyone, not only the elderly, in the neighborhood. But at the same time, when we have elderly who are not being properly taken care of by their children who are overseas, these things will happen again. So we have to put the blame on the children. They need to make sure that somebody or somehow neighbors would be responsible to look after their parents while they are in the States or in England or wherever. So I won't put too much blame on the neighborhood. The neighborhood, the people are maybe they're elderly too and they have things to do and they didn't hear the call.
So true. I mean, if you know an individual is of that particular age and need assistance, you should have the assistance provided for them, either as a son or daughter, and have that assistance provided.
The children and relatives outside, they are really responsible, and it's bad. That's lack of responsibility on the part of their parents and their guardians.
Thank you. 435-2041. We have approximately 13 minutes left on today's program. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Yes, in support of the elderly, because I've joined that group. I will support my friend who called about the elderly. It's easy to misunderstand the seriousness of the situation. I have known people that live alone who died and people didn't know, right in the neighborhood. Close. We have to really examine, and it's not it is a multifaceted issue. We have to look at all the factors. Yes, the children might be whatever, but the way we're living as a nation, we have adopted the selfish Western, particularly American, me and I myself attitude. So we need to go back to a sense of community, and it doesn't mean that we have to stick up in people's, business and so on, but we have to have a sense of caring. And I say that particularly as a concern, as we face more and more challenges from climate, from weather patterns. I mean, the heat is already causing real serious problems to people. And so we need to not just dismiss people when they make a call for help. I mean, too many elderly people I have seen, in fact, met up, and it's been getting bad almost 30 years or so. I helped rescue an old woman who was left to literally die in her house when I live in Fontenay, because, of course, there were family problems in that. But the other people just stand aside, and the woman eventually died. In those days, the ambulance take a little while to come. So we have to don't necessarily put away our pride and then say, how can we be more human? We spend so much time trying to get this, pay this, and all that thing, and days pass, we don't have no contact with each other, even when we have the possibility of going out to, the medium of that we have phone and everything. We have become a very selfish people, and the easiest thing we do is either put our elderly in a convalescent home or in a home for the elderly. About 2 years ago, I had a problem with my foot, and I was shocked when somebody who seemed to care about me asked me if I don't want to be put in a home. I mean, at this age, you want to put me in a home because you think you care, because you see, out of sight, out of mind. That's the problem.
Thank you, Colin.
And finally, JT, in terms of the cancer may not just be about meat, because in fact, there are fungus that they're eating plastic in meat. Plastic gets in the meat. And plastic have been associated more and more, it's been associated more and more, microplastics plastic, nanoplastics. I mean, we have a lot of problems. Then the diesel we are inhaling and all the stuff that people are spraying are killing us. We are killing ourselves. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you so much. 4352041, 10 minutes before we wrap today's program here on To The Point. Good morning, host. I'm amazed to see the Central Police Station have gates closed at 1 a.m. and which reminds me of a song or something of that sort. She's saying that the Commissioner of Police should actually look into that. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning. Caller, good morning. And let's see if I disengage. Let's try this one. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning, sir. Mm-hmm. Go right ahead, please.
We about to legalize marijuana for people to smoke. And it seems like nobody find that's a problem. But there was a reason why they banned that before. Now, you have to look at peace of mind. Could you pay for peace of mind? Could you pay for could Grenadians pay for the way they live in? You hear them boast about, they could leave the window open, they could go and leave the door open. Could you pay for that level of peace of mind? Now, we want to change our country and give young people, children, marijuana to smoke. How they want, where they want, when they want. And seem like nobody find that's a problem. Now, you jump on something. You look at the crime rate in St. Vincent because of that situation. Now, you might make the argument that rum is legal and cigarette is legal. But to make rum, there's a process. To get cigarette, you got to go through a process. You can have a marijuana tree behind your house, you can pick that every day and smoke that. Now, I want anybody that's listening right now to do a search in their brain. When they're growing up, they must have known somebody or friends that they have close with that started to smoke marijuana and get hooked on marijuana. Tell me that person ended up a productive person in life or really successful in life. Marijuana do hold you back, bring you back in life, keep you down in life. So why are we as a people think, well, we're not planting food, we're not productive. We think giving our people marijuana to smoke is the best thing, that we're going to make plenty of money. But who's going to make the money? Eventually. Who's going to make the money that boasts now and now plenty of money? But remember, having a peace of mind, you can't pay for that. The way of life, the way Grenadians are living right now, we are living, we cannot pay for that. So we want to change that. We want to bring our country where we have a problem with gun violence in this country. It's rising. We want to escalate that. Where our youths are high, going to school high, the eye red in the classroom. And you know about pressure, peer pressure. Let's imagine your kid, you're growing up, you're taking care of, teaching right. You go to school and the friends push them to smoke marijuana. You must have been to that situation yourself growing up. So do we want that for our kids? So what are we really saying or doing? I thought marijuana going to make us rich. But remember, getting rich and paying for peace of mind, our way of life. Do we want to change that? Do we want to change that?
All right.
We have to ask yourself a question. Could we pay for the way we live in right now? You change that into being weed in that situation where your kids are smoking weed and you can see for yourself. They hold their pants in their hand, they have a belt in their waist. Do we want to... You think I'm crazy, bro. Have a nice day, bro.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. As you mentioned, I was not influenced by anyone when I was growing up. In terms of anyone want to influence me to use any marijuana, any other substance. I was not influenced by anyone in that, and I never made the choice of wanting to. I've never put a cigarette or any of those things in my mouth. I'm so proud of that. Anyway, let's take this comment from someone. Good morning, GT. Hope your weekend was spent okay. Well, first, congratulations to Karani on his win yesterday. His head, of course, in preparation as he headed in preparation for Olympics. Yesterday, I happened to listen to steel band competition. The music was great from all the bands the bands. But one thing I had a problem with is, of course, with the changing of the bands and the music that they played. Island in the Stream, Lady in Red, I think that we have local music that could be fitted during for the changes. And I would like the bands to play one local song and the other, of course, one of their choice. Trinity and Jamaican stick to their own. Why can't we? We have to promote Grenada, stop playing outsiders in our events. I certainly do concur with you with that, and of course agree also. Caller, good morning, you're welcome.
Oh, yes, good morning to you, GT.
How are you this morning, sir?
How are you today?
Not too bad at all.
Yeah, have a great day. You have a special topic?
Not really, it's an open line this morning. Open line.
It's time limited. But, I say never reminiscing, and my problem, GT, is the world is in calamity, is close to collapse. And looking back at Grenada, I am not comfortable to where we are in terms of the future for the young people. Yeah? And it all has to do with our leaders. When I say leaders, I don't only mean politicians, I mean also the business people and those people who pose themselves as leaders to direct us. And I want to ask our politicians to please try and see how we could position this country going forward to assist the young people. To create hope for the young people. Bring us together. Yeah? So we could survive, because we are not in a nice place economically to face the future. Yeah? And I would like to see them come together for that one common purpose. They will have, I think, by my estimation, these 5 years, yeah? And the next 5 years to straighten up Grenada, to put it in the place for our survival. Failure to do so, I'll tell you something, we all going to cry. We're not in a nice place. And the politicians, our leaders, are the prime people responsible for that. They got to change their ways, turn around, and make this country, and to some extent the world, a better place.
Thank you, Cole.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for your contribution as always. Let's see if I could grab this one before we was going to take a comment. But anytime I go to take a comment, someone is calling via the WhatsApp, which suddenly removes the comment for some reason or the other. Of course, caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I listened to the topic about the elderly, senior citizens. In my community, which is Lacalone, I always look out for the people. But I know there is no other God besides the same God we serve. When the people say I will look for the people, all kind of chaos and strife and debate, because I'm looking out for the people and they do all sort of things. A lot of lies and so forth. Every day I reach out to my people. He have a certain individual stalking me, a young guy stalking me everywhere I go. And the Spirit of God spoke to me, said, be careful with that person, because what I do recognize in Lacalome, sir, that to me, like, we don't care for one another. Once we are right, but the love that God put within me, that's the reason why I look for my people. And the enemy don't like, the devil don't like to see that. Right. But I still continue looking, because they doing things to prevent God work. But there is no other God besides the same God we serve. God will have to go on.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Let's take our, most likely this will be our final caller for the morning. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
I want to make a comment about when people call, they tend to take a very long time saying the same thing over and over. They're saying it 3, 4, 5 times, so they're giving less people opportunity.
I try my best at times to say it in the initial stages, make your contribution short, but sometimes you just give individual the leeway. I understand how you feel.
You are in control, and that's what leadership is all about.
Go ahead with your contribution, please. Let's not waste time on it.
My contribution is this. A man called and he mentioned in cricket, and he didn't know that we had a new president of the Cricket Association. He didn't know He didn't know that the new administration had reintroduced cricket in schools. So he didn't know most of the things, but he's making comments and he's been saying it over and over and over. He have to get his facts and get information, and if he probably should help. Most people that call you are people that are over 60 years of age. There are people who are elderly who are at home. So those messages are reaching the real people in the 30s, 40s, 50s who is at work. This conversation is not reaching them. So we got to make an arrangement or do something so that the younger people could hear those sort of conversations, which is coming from the elderly people. They're mentioning about all this diesel and all these things that causing cancer. The main cause of cancer is alcohol. Alcohol is the main cause of cancer. Alcohol should not be taken internally. Does anybody try and tell people that? Tell me why you think they banned cocaine. Alcohol was anesthetic before we used cocaine. Cocaine is the anesthetic. That's why it's banned. Alcohol should not be taken internally. I know you and a lot of other people wouldn't like that. But that's what we do. We spend all our time alcohol. Now, this gentleman just now talked about marijuana. Marijuana is a natural herb.
You make that sound like if I'm an alcoholic.
Why we not using naturalness? Alcohol is not a natural substance.
All right, caller. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much. He did say that I wouldn't like it. Like, you make it sound like if he knew that I'm an alcoholic of the sort. Final caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're welcome. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're my final caller. Go right ahead, please.
I just want to support this caller that spoke about the guys, the young boys and men and whoever, women in society that is smoking that marijuana. I have that situation having to deal with my son. My son as a young boy, he had a proper life. He had a good life. He had a good upbringing. But from the time he started to smoke that marijuana, he's over how much years? Almost 20 years or more now. He's back and forth in the Monday hospital. His life is messed up. His life is in distress. And he's not only for himself, but for families and friends and loved ones. And it is not good. And I am calling upon the authorities. I am calling upon that lawyer that coming out and telling the people about legalizing this marijuana and all these things. God is going to judge them speedily, and God is going to put his hand upon this nation because the church is praying, and it is not good. This is a destructive thing. This is a curse from the devil to destroy our younger generation and the whole nation on a whole. Let us repent. Let us give God a chance in our life. God is our provider. God knows what we need, and when we say seek ye first the kingdom of God, his righteousness, and all other things shall be added unto us. When you see what this drug is doing to people, it is not doing a good. Let us turn to God before it's too late. Thank you. God bless everyone.
Thank you, caller. Have a good morning yourself. Hey, folks, that's how we take a wrap for this edition. Up to the point, I want to thank everyone who contributed to the words to this program. The WhatsApp calls, the messages via WhatsApp, the Facebook messages, also those who called in. Thank you so much for being part of To The Point this morning. I didn't get all the comments in. My apology, as always. I always do have to apologize. Sometimes I don't get all the comments in. And best wishes for everyone for the rest of the day. Once again, apology from Mr. McIntyre. Usually we both, of course, do the program on the Mondays, but couldn't be here with us this morning. So until another program tomorrow, once the Almighty permits, health, strength, and everything else in between, have yourself a great day. And this is why I say goodbye for this edition of To The Point.